during the process, because of the vital organ that women use during sexual intercourse. So that is why most women who undergo this thing do not have orgasm during sexual intercourse, and they don't even enjoy sexual relationship. And some women, they have problems in their marriage as a result of this. There are women who have problems with their husbands because of inability to satisfy, to get the satisfaction that they desire. So I'm totally against female genital mutilation. I think creating awareness and also the governments too need to work on it. And then, like in your radio station, you can use that to create awareness so that they can stop. And these are elders, the traditional leaders. Those are women in the village. You need to go there, because it's not just doing it in the city here. You have to get to the roots and tell them, because most of them, they are not even aware of the dangers of this female genital mutilation. So you have to get to the roots so that we can get this done.
I don't think it's right to circumcise a woman. For me, I would actually classify it as inhuman. I don't know whoever came up with it, but I hear some people saying, oh, it's to control their sexual urges or desires, but even that is also wrong. There are other measures that you can use to control a woman. If you raise your child properly, I'm sure she'll be decent enough not to do the wrong thing. So you going as far as removing that which God has put in her body to make her complete, I think is clearly inhuman. And again, if you want to know what I think should be done, I think it's just for us to keep sensitizing people, talking to people, especially the older generation, and letting them know that there are better ways of doing these things.
It is not good. In my own view, it is not good. The reason why it is not good is that, one, it has adverse effects on the person. Two, other tribes who don't practice that don't see it as a right thing to do. And as such, when they meet a woman with that, or a woman that has been mutilated, it happens that people from other tribes don't really appreciate it, due to the fact that they don't like it and the interest declines. So that is the point I have saying. There are laws, government can enact laws. Of course, they have done something like that, and the next thing is to implement it, not only by saying it, but taking action against the people, the parents, even the community leaders who encourage such. Because if the community leaders are very responsible, they will most certainly enforce it within their domain to ensure that such does not occur again. So it's not just about saying enact laws, but to see it done, to see that people comply to it, that is the most important thing. And the implementation should be carried out in those communities where those things are being practiced.
Okay, you've heard the voices of the people, but we have guests right here in the studio to throw more light on the subject in no special order. We have Dr. Abante Jolity. He is a community medicine. He is of the community medicine department, UPTH, Port Harcourt. Dr. Jolie Abante, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and we also have two other guests, Dr. Abraham, who is a popular voice on this program. We'll be back shortly. The mics.
They're not working.
The mic wasn't on you when I introduced you. You'll be moving the mic over. Did I get the correct pronunciation of it? Is it Abate or Abante?
Abate.
Abate.
Yeah.
Okay, let me reintroduce my guests. I have Dr. Abate Jolly. He is of the Community Medicine Department, UPTH. Dr. Abate, you're welcome.
Thank you very much in the studio.
Okay, we also have a female matron, Iwela Obianuju Loveland. She is a matron with a new Malwan Hospital, Port Harcourt. You're welcome.
Thank you.
The last but not the least is actually a big fish, Dr. Abraham Akenji, a conjugal counselor, director, Christian Counseling Center, Port Harcourt. Dr. Abraham, you're welcome.
Thank you.
My name is Rachel Onah. Of course, my producer is here, Glory Igwe, behind the scene doing some work. Now, straight to the point, to Dr. Abate. What is female genital mutilation?
Thank you very much for the questions and welcome to the listeners. Female genital mutilation, also known as female genital cutting. It's also known as female circumcision, but it is not circumcision. I'll get to that shortly.
So why do you say it's not circumcision?
Because typically circumcision refers to the removal of the foreskin, and that applies to the male children more than the female. But according to the World Health Organization, female genital mutilation is defined as all procedures that involve the partial or total removal of the female external genitalia or any injury to the female organ for non-medical reasons.
Non-medical reasons like? What
Now,
are some of the reasons,
if injuries are inflicted on the female genital mutilation without any medical reasons, that is mutilation. Now, for medical reasons, there could be a reason to excise a part of the external genitalia. Before I even go into detail, the external genitalia of a woman comprises the clitoris, the labia minora, the labia majora, and then the vaginal opening. All of these are contained in a place we call the vulva.
Okay.
So any of these components could be tempered with for medical reasons if there are indications, and that will be best known by the doctors or the surgeons or the gynecologists. So when it is outside that and is done by any other person who is of non-medical background, that could be termed as mutilation. So it is actually referred to as violence against women. And it's a different form of violence that we know, because why? Both the victim and the perpetrators are women. But other forms of violence against women could be from the men, but this one, they are inflicting it on themselves by themselves. So that's what it's all about. So it's not really a circumcision. But the term cutting is
So
attractive.
what part of the genitalia is removed during circumcision?
Right. There are 4 types of the procedure.
First of all, is it right to circumcise women?
It is not right. It is wrong. It is criminal. It is deadly. It is a violation of human rights. There is no health or medical benefit to it. So it is wrong.
But we hear that they do it so that the woman will not be promiscuous, because women are given to so much urge for sex, and in some cultures they say they want to curtail that urge. Because of that, they tend to cut some parts of the woman's organ.
Yes. So for communities, families, and cultures that do that, they have complex of reasons. There are many reasons people go into that. Part of what you have mentioned. For instance, they feel that if they do it, they are removing some dirty part of the female organ. So they do it for the sake of hygiene. They do it for rite of passage into adulthood or womanhood. They do it so that they can curb the illicit appetite of women for sexual urges. They do it for one of the most important reasons, known as social acceptability, because it is rooted in some cultures. They believe that if they don't do it, the girl will not be accepted into society. In fact, it will get to the extent that the girl can be ostracized from certain gatherings or certain communities, and then the family will be thrown into shame. So it is done for those reasons. And also, they feel that there's some religious angle to it. They also feel that it brings sexual satisfaction to the men who end up marrying them, because the vaginal orifice have been tightened as we get to the types subsequently.
Okay.
They feel they are doing the men folks a good thing, but at the end of the day, it is wrong. They are doing something wrong to them. So those are some of the reasons that are this thing is done in the families of some communities that practice it.
Okay, Metron Iwala, you've been dealing with women, and what has been your experience in female genital mutilation, like when you want to deliver a woman of a child and all that? What has been your experience?
The experiences I've seen so far is actually not good.
Tell us some of them.
One, difficulty in childbirth. Because of the circumcision or the cutting, they have narrowed the vagina where the baby is supposed to come through. There is difficulty, and it leads to prolonged labor. Most of the women, they end up having a cesarean section. On a normal day, the child would have been delivered vaginally. When they have removed, excised all the minora or the majora, that would have helped in the expansion to give way when the baby is coming out. All those organs are no more there, so it's quite difficult. Some people may be trying to deliver maybe in a maternity and they end up with stillbirth. All of these are complications arising as a result of this female genital mutilation, and it is very, very wrong. The women come down with even infertility as a result of several pelvic infections, which is not supposed to be, because some women are prone, when they do this cutting or whatever, it affects the urethral orifice. Yes, and some women, they have
Can you
so many
like tell us
adhesions.
that urethral orifice? Can you like break it down a bit?
Okay, urethral orifice is an opening on the vulva where urine
Okay.
passes through.
Okay, that place where they from peace.
Yes, where they
Okay.
from peace. You
Okay,
understand?
where peace they from come out.
Yes.
Okay.
So if they don't cut all those places, sometimes the thing they affect that orifice.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
And they'll be having recurrent infections. Yes. Even some women who have keloid formation, is a swelling or it covers that their vaginal orifice.
As a result of the cutting.
Yes, as a result of the cutting. So all these things, they are not good. It poses a lot of danger on the women.
Okay.
So it's not supposed to be practiced at all. Adhesions. Maybe after they have finished cutting they've done their mutilations. Sometimes the vaginal wall just comes together. They have to undergo a surgical procedure to open the vagina again. It's deadly. It's bad. It should not be practiced at all.
Dr. Abraham, you're an older generation compared to these two people. So it's basically your generation that have been doing all this. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, let me start with the last speaker. The truth of the matter is that we are using medical terms here, and this problem is predominantly, emanating from the uneducated. So sometimes some of our medical terms are too difficult for them to understand. Now, listen to what really happens. The clitoris, which is the focus of this problem, actually looks like the male penis. It looks very much like the male penis, except for the opening of the urethra, which is on the male and it's not on the clitoris, but an enhanced clitoris. That is, when they magnify the picture and make the picture big, it looks exactly like the male penis. Probably that is the reason why those who initiated this bad habit or this evil looked at it and said, how can a man have a penis and a woman will also have penis? We know our culture, how that men want to be lords in everything and women should just be subjects. But they stretch it beyond our understanding sometimes, because this mutilation, this cutting away, is not exactly like circumcision, as the doctor has said. In circumcision, you pull the foreskin, that extra lapping on top of the penis. You pull it up and you cut it off to expose the penis so that the nerve ends will be more receptive and sensitive to touch. But in this case, it is like the woman's penis has been cut, taken off. Imagine a man whose penis is cut. He can even bleed to death. Now, my sister here said it leaves the woman with most of the genital, tampered with. One greatest thing my matron, I have also assisted in the theater, so I know exactly what it is. They easily have a tear because scars don't stretch. During childbirth, your entire vulva has to stretch. As the pelvis is opening, the dilatation is taking place. These parts, God made them in such a way that they will be soft, so that during childbirth they can stretch and open for the baby to come out. But when you cut any part of human being, it leaves a scar, and scars don't stretch, they tear.
Dr. Abraham, talking with you a while ago, some time ago rather, you were telling us that there's a way they practice the FGM now. Like
Yeah.
the grandmothers, they can't pretend and say they want to do this, they want to do that right in the hospital. Can you share that with us?
Not just in the hospital, but at home even.
Okay.
Sometimes they leave the hospital vicinity, they take the baby home, and they pretend they are giving the baby a bath. In the process, they use their hard nails, push back the foreskin of the clitoris, and pick up the tip, which is the most sensitive part of the clitoris. They cut it off with their finger and then put pressure on it. And we know that blood clotting on babies is faster than adults. So they put pressure on it and the bleeding stops. They bring out your baby from the water in the bath, and you feel the baby was crying because they were giving the baby a bath, not knowing something else was taking place. It's unfortunate. Our children, the mother will be there, she wouldn't know they have tampered with the baby's clitoris. The father will be there, wouldn't know. The baby herself will grow up and not know that she has been mutilated. And as a result, it is a problem. But that's not.
Is it still being done till now?
Of course. In fact, most churches preach against female excision, and they work against it. But these women have devised this way of going around both the church, the law, and everything. I think I am calling on parents to be sensitive. If your mother comes from the village, or your mother-in-law, or any other adult, and insist on giving the baby a bath, you have the right to object, or else you supervise what they are doing until they go. Or else the reason they come to say, we are coming to take care of the baby, my daughter has just given birth, my niece has just given birth, is not just to come and assist the baby, it is to make sure they cut off the clitoris. I've discovered it, and I started raising the alarm. Unfortunately, a lot of medical people are uninformed. And when you see them, you see the baby, you will see the trunk of the clitoris, that is the outer cover, that foreskin, is still hanging there, and you think the clitoris is intact. Everything has been absorbed, they have been taken off. And they leave the package there for you. So the girl grows up, you ask her, are you excised? She will say, I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm excised. So you find out that this become the women who go into marriage and have no trigger that will stir them up to desire sex with their husband. And the men will in turn demand for sex. And to a man, sex is not an option. It is a necessity, because he has got cargo, loads to deliver. He has packages to deliver, and he must deliver. And the packages produce every second. Even as doctor and I are sitting here, it's producing within our body. And you don't have control over it. By the time the reservoir is full, you want to deposit it out. And the woman is on the receiving end. And if the trigger is not there to turn her on, to be ready to receive what the husband is about to give, she will always resist. And the end result will be that she will ask the husband, now food? Even you who is listening to me now, has your wife not asked you if sex is a food? The reason she's asking you that is because she is not a participant. She's only on the receiving end. She doesn't enjoy what you are doing. And the reason lies in the fact that she was excised when perhaps she was a baby and didn't know. Men are supposed to be the ones to fight against this female excision than any other group of people, because it destroys the woman before sending her to you. You carry a gun that is fully loaded, but the trigger has been removed. So you can't fire the gun.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Brown. Now, Dr. Abate, Are there religious reasons for female genital mutilation? What do you think that there are other reasons, religious or other reasons for genital mutilation?
There's absolutely no religious reason for it. The only one we know is that of the male circumcision. So even when some families, when families, communities, and cultures or other traditions think erroneously that there's a religious background to it, it is not true. That is false. So there is no part of the Bible or any other religion that support it. I don't know yet. If there are any other religions, I think there's none that support it. They are all cultural practices and traditional way of probably performing this act.
Okay, let's look at the types of FGM now.
Okay, there are basically 4 types, and they are classified based on the anatomical extent of the procedure.
Please
What
calm
I
down
mean-
with the grammar.
Okay. Okay, what I mean is they are classified into 4 based on the extent of the cutting. So, for instance, we have type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. Type 1 is clitoridectomy. And that means, so we've mentioned the clitoris. You should know what the clitoris is by now. It is that little projection, the most sensitive and erectile tissue in the female external genitalia. It is very sensitive during coitus. Coitus simply means sexual intercourse. So that is what I'm talking about now. So if that small knob is partially or totally removed, that is type 1. So in that type, it may